Welcome back to the Herd Huddle. Today we're going to talk to Coach Naron and Coach Garcia, and they're going to give us an update on our current sports that are going on. And then we're going to chat with Coach Olivarez, our head wrestling coach, and he's going to give us an update on his season. Let's go.
What's up, Herd Nation? Congratulations to our Lady Whiteface basketball team as they beat the Lady Reds this week. Our girls will face the Randall Lady Raiders this Friday at home. We need everyone to come out and wear maroon and support our girls as they battle for second place. Our Lady Whiteface soccer team has competed in preseason and are now ready to kick off their district season next week. We want to wish them good luck in their district soccer season. Spring tennis is in full swing and they are preparing for their first tournament at the end of the month. We want to wish them the best of luck. Track and field season is charging up and getting ready to power through another exciting season this spring. Best of luck to our track and field athletes. Softball is in full swing and are ready to begin their season this spring. Best of luck to our girls on a great season. Go Herd.
Welcome back to 2026, everyone. We have our winter sports in full swing and boys athletics is really in the grind of things. Basketball is midway through district, through the varsity, JV, and freshmen, and our junior high boys are wrapping up their season, getting close to the end of season tournament here in a couple weeks. Soccer kicked off at the end of December. Look for the boys soccer team to start district at home against Dumas here very shortly. We have track and field getting ready to go. We have baseball getting ready to go. Golf will start hitting the course at the beginning of February. So lots of winter sports going on right now. The wrestling team hosted the Hereford Rumble recently. We had several first place finishes. The wrestling team will compete in district at the end of January, looking to get a few more athletes to the state competition in Houston mid-February. Go Herd.
Coach O, thank you for joining us today. So you're coming off of a really big year. You know, last year you had Maritza Maceda make it all the way to state and then win the state championship in her division. What has that been like going into this year, and how has it motivated your athletes?
It started off with a really huge influx of kids coming into wrestling. And I mean, that's usual, that's normal. You know, a female athlete does something great, all the other younger ones that are watching them or people that knew her are inspired and they want to come and say, hey, you know, I want to see what this is like. So it brings a lot of athletes to us. Now, the stick around part is vastly different because even she knows herself that it's a grind. It's a grind to get where she was. It's not something to sit down and say, oh, well, she went her senior year and got a title. It was a lot of hard work, a lot of sweat. She lost a lot, she gained a lot, and she deserved to win the award that she did. For the athletes coming in, it sets that standard of, hey, this is what you could do, but there's also a lot to the background story for it. So that's what we're trying to get the athletes to understand is we're glad they're here. We're glad you want to see what this is like, but there's a lot behind it, and you got to be willing to do that just like she was.
Well, even though Maritza has now gone off to college, it's great to see just the impact that she's had on wrestling and, you know, just that all your former wrestlers have as they, you know, go on and do great things and just influence the next generation.
Yes, ma'am.
So last week y'all hosted the 25th annual Hereford Rumble. Tell us a little bit about how that went and what your thoughts are and what you saw from your athletes.
It was awesome. I mean, we got snowed out last year, and I know in the previous years it's ran and it's been a hectic event. Talking to other coaches, talking to coaches that have been here, I know in the past few years it's been bigger than what it was, but for us to get the turnout that we had this year was amazing. It was energetic. Our kids were excited. The fans that came, the community that helped, the parents, the coaches, we had to thank everybody alongside of it because without them, it could have been a dud. It could have been stressful. We put a lot of the work in 2 days prior, and when we're doing it, it just seems like it's chaotic. It's not until we get the mats down in that first day where everybody's walking in the door that we're ready to roll. The turnout was awesome, and what we took away from it was our athletes. We had 6 of them go on to the finals, receive medals, and that was a good thing to boost their morale for where we're trying to get to when we get to district. And we've got a lot of them that have true potential to make it past regionals and take a handful to state. But again, the Rumble wasn't possible without our coaches, you know, our athletes, community. We got to give a shout out to our parents, everybody that made it amazing and great. It was awesome for my first year actually being able to run it. the stress is gone now. You know, that burden is lifted off my back, and we're ready to come back and do it next year and hopefully bring more teams to it and bring more athletes out to bring their season even further than it needs to go.
Well, and I don't think people really realize how much work goes into a wrestling tournament. Just the logistics behind, you know, who's playing when or competing when, and just the all hands on deck of it all is just amazing to see. And to be able to see our community just really jump in and help support our wrestling program and support you. And then, but just to see the work that you and Coach Stimson put into it as well. I heard it was great. I still keep hearing great things about it. So good job to all of y'all.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Okay, you're right in the middle of y'all's season. Y'all are preparing for district coming up. Like you mentioned earlier, you're expecting some of your athletes to make it farther. Just tell us a little bit about what you're expecting to see. Go into a little bit more detail. Who's really standing out to you? And just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, right now, one of our top dogs is Claudia Garcia. And we've, like I said, the ones that place in the finals, we've got kids that didn't make it to finals in the Rumbles, but that doesn't mean that they don't have the potential to go. Haley Hernandez is working her butt off. We're going to hit the mat today and hopefully build on some things that we saw last night at Friendship. We had a quad in Friendship last night. We had a little bit of ups and downs there. Some athletes kept building on what they did from the Rumble. They won their matches. They're moving forward. Some of them took losses that they weren't expecting, and now we got to sit back and watch film and build on that, see where we got to get them where they need to be. There's a lot that goes behind it. Like you said, logistically, we're sitting down looking at numbers, looking at teams that are already qualifying top 10, trying to see if those teams we're going to see at districts, we're going to see them at regionals, or we're going to see them at state. And that's kind of what we're going off of to give our kids that boost to know, hey, these are where these kids are sitting at. You have a chance to make it out of districts. You have a chance to make it out of regionals. Let's keep going. There's no reason for us to stop now. And we've got kids jumping weight classes, doing what they have to do to make sure that their season doesn't end before or at districts. The cards are getting pulled on kids that, you know, not saying that they don't show the potential, but they're not showing the effort. We're ready to start honing in on our kids that are going to dig into the mat and know that they want to make it out, whether it's going all 3 periods, getting the fall in the first. We're starting to weed the bunch out. So these are the ones we're focusing on. These are the ones that are putting their full effort in. And we let bygones be bygones with the rest, and we wait for them to come back next year and hopefully use the way that we move towards district as, hey, next year when I get on the mat with them, I need to take it more serious. I want to be in that group rather than cutting my season short early. And it's a tough go about it, but like I said, Coach Stimson, he's been side by side with me the whole time. Being a military guy, he helps me think a little bit more in depth and all around corners rather than just making a quick decision. And this is what we've came to, is we've got to start putting that carrot out in front of them, that we're at the point now where this isn't just preseason anymore. We're fighting to make it out of districts and get further. And if you're not on that bus, then your season's cut short and you made that decision.
For sure. Well, it's great to have that partnership with Coach Stimson to be able to work together to just build a great foundation for your athletes and hopefully get them out of district, into regionals, and into state as well. So best of luck to y'all and the rest of y'all's season, and hopefully we see y'all at regionals and a state as well.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, I think I have one more. Okay. So what would a successful into your season look like to you?
Honestly, when we talk about those highlighted athletes, let's start from the top. We have Kalitri, like you said, he's leading the pack. The kids love him. He's the backbone of this program, and everybody kind of feeds off of him. Then we move down to Jimmy. Then as we go to our girls' side, Valerie Porter, she's a huge inspiration this year. We've already sat down and had plenty of talks. She went from being a regional qualifier to being a state contendee last year to we've bumped her down to a weight class that she could possibly win state this year, and that's what we're aiming for. We moved to Layla Ortiz. The girl's working her butt off. She started off the season going into our first tournament, getting 3rd place, working up into the Randall Ruckus, which is one of the toughest tournaments around this area. Coach Carino always brings the maximum amount of teams, and she goes out and gets 2nd place next to a state runner-up as well. Then we get to Lila Zambrano. She's been on an off season for a really long time, struggling to get back in, moved her into a weight class where she can do potentially good things. It's just about if she wants to push through it. We go to Janelle Hill. Janelle has also jumped down weight classes, and she's doing great things there. Put herself in a spot to say, you know, I want to be at districts, I want to be past regionals, and could potentially be at state as well. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in that bunch that we get. Though our 6 contenders at the Rumbles were our big highlights. Again, we're looking to shoot Claudia Garcia all the way to the top. We're looking to shoot Valerie Porter all the way to the top. And for me, the way I would love my season to end is taking all 6 of those kids. I don't want to wish on their downfall. I don't want to say anything out into the air, because I firmly believe that if they grind this next week and they get to regionals and they grind even harder, they will be sitting on that Tahoe or that bus going to state. And that's ultimately what I would love to have for our season is get our last senior, get Val and Lila, who are our seniors this year, a spot at Cincinnati State. If they don't win it, by all means, no harm, no foul. Just getting them to be there so they can have that final accolade to say, I did it, and bring our kids back next year and hopefully go for another round.
Definitely. Well, we hope to all 6 of them make it, and we hope that we're busy on state day, you know, running around with our cameras trying to get all of them. So best of luck to y'all and to those athletes as well.
I appreciate that.
Okay, well, Coach O, is there anything you would like to say to Herd fans before we close out today's episode?
We thank y'all for the support. Like I said, it's been a bumpy road. You know, with parents, with other coaches, with athletes, you know, we're part of a generation that when things get tough, they want to quit. That's not just in our sport, that's in every sport. And what we really want to say is we want to get back to that culture where just because there's a butt chewing behind it or because things are getting hard, don't stop at that wall. Push through that wall. And what we really need behind it is parent support, because we're here at the end of the day as coaches. We love your kids. Sometimes we love them a little bit more than ours when we go home. We spend more hours with them at home at practice than we do at home. And like I said, what I push for is for every sport, parents start backing the coaches, because this is what we want for your kids. We don't want their district to be short. We don't want their season to end early. We don't want them to graduate knowing, dang, what could have been. Let's go get it. Let's work together as a community. Let's work together as a team and know that the coaches are the way that they are for a reason. We love them. It just, tough love looks different in all types of forms.
For sure. Well, Coach O, thank you again for joining us today, and best of luck on the rest of y'all season.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Reminder that Maroon Out is this Friday for our basketball teams as they play the Randall Raiders here at home. So come out and support all of our athletes this week. Go Herd!